This is foundation and exterior inspection. We're starting at the rear left elevation. Okay, we have the soil doesn't come high enough up on the grade wall. It should come 4 to 6 inches. This is probably as it was built. It doesn't look as if there's been any extensive erosion since it was built. There's none of the foundation below the form board showing, so that rather indicates to me that this is a as-is condition. But I'll just note it that it's there. We have a plumbing clear out at the left-hand elevation. What we're looking for are cracks in the foundation, ponding, issues with the foundation, etc., etc. And one of the ways we can tell if the walls are, if the foundation is moving, if there are cracks in the walls. Now, the caulking needs to be repaired. This has got a hole in it, birds been nesting in here, and needs to be sealed, stop animals getting in. We've got a poor problem with the insulation on the air conditioning unit. See here, it's deteriorated, needs replacing. Okay, well, we have a common settlement crack running across here and here. You can see it. It's located at the left elevation and it's adjacent to the expansion joint. At this point here, the grade could do with being rebuilt, although we could tell the erosion has not been great since it was built, because here we've got a sprinkler head and it's actually at the level it would be when it was installed. I can see some earth has been added here, that's a good thing. But we have a crack running out here, and we've got a crack here and a crack there. This is common settlement, something we expect to see. Front left elevation. We have a lintel here and we have a settlement crack here. So we have a bit of settlement at the front left elevation of the property. This area here, front left, is settling. Now the weep holes are missing over the windows with steel lintels. However, gap here, the mortar's fallen out, needs to be filled. Again, a steel lintel, should have weep holes. Note here there's not a steel lintel, so there's no need for a weep hole. Moving to the right elevation. Here we have the vent for the dryer. You can see it's got a lint is actually in the trapped in the louvers. That needs to be cleaned out. Need to renew the caulking down the siding on the right elevation. Again, we don't have the soil levels coming up. There has been a little bit of erosion here, not a great deal, about an inch. This is the grade. You can see we've got a slope away, swale here, goes around both sides of the property. We have good slope either side of the property. And the front elevation, as we have seen we record, is in good condition. However, we have big holes in big trees. They can get under your foundation, need to be cut back. You don't want them getting anywhere near the house. This is a roof inspection. We have soffit vents on the right elevation. And we have soffit vents on the left hand elevation. And now we're going to have a look at the roof. This is the roof inspection. We're at the rear elevation. We have one or two lifting shingles. You see here, the lifting shingle. The adhesive has gone, it's lifted. I'd rate the roof at this stage where I am as aged. And we have exposed nail heads here. And here we've got some bubbling in the actual shingles itself. This is the chimney, cricket at the back, it's in reasonably good condition. No signs of excess weathering. Okay, well, we have the roof at this level here is in poor condition. You can see the shingles have been torn off this area here. There is another torn off shingle here and here, and these shingles will be going. You can see they've got crease marks on them. You've got crease marks down here. And we have damaged shingles here. So I recommend you get a quote from a roofer for the repair of this area of the roof. It could start to leak. It may actually be leaking a small amount, but it's certainly worth getting a quote on it. It will get called out in the inspection by the follow-on inspector for the buyers. Now I'm only going to inspect this rear area of the roof. I'm not going on here. I don't have ropes or assistant on the roof to help me. So I'm just going to inspect it visually from here. And I can't see any signs from here of any damage. But I would ask the roofer to do an assessment when he comes round of the requirements, if any, to put the roof back into a waterproof condition. We're looking at the chimney cap. The caulking around the top of the chimney here is in poor condition. That probably needs to be recaulked. This is a gas pipe. It's flexible. These days this is not used in these type of conditions in attics because there is issues such as nails in the roof. You see a roof nail here, roof nail, and you can see how close the actual pipe is to it. Now I don't think that's going to move, but what I'm going to ask for is a tie here and here. We just want clips, pipe clips, here and here in two places, just to stop that moving. I don't want it moving up and getting caught by that nail. That just is a bit of belt and braces, but it is a safety issue. Now here you can see that the gas pipe is actually laying on the ducting, and that shouldn't be happening. And so I want this pipe lifted. You may not be able to lift it right up, and this pipe here lifted up and suspended contact free, so it's not contacting the ducting around here, and that is another safety issue. We're just preventing the pipe coming into contact with other materials that we don't know what the effects will be over a long period of time. As I suspected on the roof, we had a water leak at the chimney. See the water stains coming down the chimney here? There's a water leak there. So I think caulking, a bit of work by a roofer will fix that. So over time, if you left that, sufficient water could get in there and it might arise to mould and things like that. This is the water heater. We're in the attic, walking attic. on the second floor. Now this is moving and it shouldn't do. The solution is very easy. We need metal piercing screws put in here and here, 2 places or 3 places around the actual flue itself will secure it. And here we've got a hood, and it's nice and tight at the moment, but we really should have metal screws in here and here so that these legs can never lift. Temperature pressure relief valve, it operates. Gas line down here, but we do not have a drip leg on it. It should be fitted with a drip leg. Sediment trap, as it is at the moment. It can be a safety issue. I'll put something in the report about that for you. The garage is a fire area, should be sealed, and so as such the hatchway here, which goes up into the roof and goes above the house itself, okay, that hatchway here, the actual hatch, should have a weather seal on it, similar to what we've got on the door. Here we've got the weather seal, and then around here we have hinges, and one of those hinges should be a self-closing type, so that this door always closes, as it's a fire prevention issue. So that should be sealed. Here you've got some work on the sheetrock, that should be sealed. Go on back in, sweetie, go on. That all should be sealed around here. Around here, it's got to be corked so that there's no possibility of fumes or fire getting up into the attic. And here we have a crack in the sheetrock. This is all part of the settlement that's taking place on the left side elevation of the property. And up here we've got a water softener or filter, and we have a penetration here that should be sealed so that gases cannot get up through into the attic at that point. We're in the attic over the garage. We have furnace without a drip leg or sediment trap. This is the gas supply manifold. You've got these flexible pipes very close to a nail. Can you see that nail there? These do move, okay? They move. Here you can see it's actually split. Part of the ceiling of this particular type of pipe is this covering out here. Again, a furnace without a sediment trap. And here we've got the control wires for the AC unit, the air handler, passing through the cabinet without any protection. We have a broken service board here in the attic. See the air handlers here. See how this is broken? That represents a trip hazard. It's dangerous. That should be boarded over. All you simply do is put boards over it. That will stop people tripping on it. There's no air return in the upper floor. As a result, it's going to get very hot up there. The air conditioning is not going to work well at all. The air return should be pretty close to it. There should be an air return up here, simply put, without going into all the technical details. The only air return I can find for the house where did I find it? I think I found it at the master. Yes, there's the air return. So there's an air return in the attic, which frankly doesn't go anywhere. There's 2 units and 1 air return. Where's the air return? Okay, I found the second air return. We're on the first floor. Kitchen is here, and here it is. That's just in the wrong place. It's not going to work. This air return here, off the kitchen, needs to be moved up to the ceiling on the second floor. The grounding bar is not visible. Here's the furnace. It's burning. Second furnace. Yep, that's burning. It's plumbing inspection. Front yard. Looking for the water shut-off valve for the property. What have we got here? Okay, here's the water shut-off valve for the property, for the water meter. The water shut-off meter is here, located on the left as we look at it from the road. It's not in a very exposed position. You can see you can just about get at the valve shut off, but you can't read the meter easily. This box that contains the 2 units is actually incorrectly orientated. It should be turned through 90 degrees. However, this is how the builder built it, how the city signed off on it. So this is how it came. a loose faucet at the guest bathroom on the ground floor. We have a slow drain at the vanity basin on the ground floor. The faucet here is incorrectly installed. There shouldn't be a big gap here. That's going to allow water to get in the back of the unit. There's no shower head on the bath in the ground floor, but there is a faucet that allows for a shower head. We've got the shower head. Here it is. Didn't look in the right place. I was blocked. But that's not sealed at the top there. It should be caulked. Functional flow, where we have a AC line going to a drain pipe. The AC compressors, located on the left-hand elevation of the house, need to be levelled. You can see they're out of level now. This is the water pressure. We're currently at 70 pounds per square inch, but we've got a leaking faucet that needs replacing. I cannot locate the clear out at the front elevation. Should be two. We've got one at the side elevation, but I cannot find a clear out at the front elevation going to the road or going back under the house. Almost certainly it's buried in the landscaping. The dishwasher has gone through a cycle. The soap tray opened. There's no apparent rust. A little bit of wear on the top here, but that's to be expected, the age of the machine. And at the time of the inspection, it was mounted securely and there were no water leaks. recirculating type, heated water. All the burners light, igniters run. We have a gas line, but we don't have a sediment trap. And the supply coming in through this cabinetry, and we have a shut-off valve there. How you doing, hey? This is the sprinkler inspection. I'm looking for the cut-off valve for the sprinkler system, and it doesn't appear to be available. Here we have individual circuits for the sprinkler that controls the head, but somewhere around here there should be the cut-off valve and anti-siphon devices for the sprinkler system, and I cannot find them. Almost certainly they're buried in the what we got here. Here we go. They're not buried, they're here. Okay, we have an anti-siphon device and we have two cut-offs. Everything's present and correct. This is the incorrect guide for the control system. It's for a rain dial, and the system installed is a rain bird. We have zone 1 running. It's the front yard. No apparent brakes. In the system.